You don't plan for super overs, you don't have a tactic for super overs, it's just you've got 10 minutes to think about what you're going to do. So yeah, it was one of the greatest days I've ever had in a cricket field. I had this done a long time ago, but I actually put this on my Instagram the other day. My most recent tattoo, which took a long time to do, took 4 or 5 sittings, 28 hours, uncomfortable pain, but yeah, worth it. So I've got quite a lot of tattoos, but they all mean something to me, and this one here represents myself, my wife and my 2 kids, who are obviously the Cubs. I absolutely love it. It was my daughter's birthday. I remember working tirelessly hard to try and blow all these inflatables up in the pool. I'm going to say it took about an hour and a bit to do all of them. They were massive. We had no room left in the room, to be honest.
Oh my God.
It's just me doing a handstand in West Indies in the last test match we had there. Got no idea why I did it. I'm actually quite good at doing handstands. Any chance you want me to do one? I'll try. My old Tottenham Hotspur shirt that I got sent. I did an interview and I got shown a video of the Tottenham game when I hit the winning runs at Headingley. I just said in that interview, I guess I'm gonna have to be a Spurs fan now, because I never actually supported anyone. So now I'm a fully fledged Tottenham Hotspur fan, I guess. Come on, you Spurs. That's as good as I can do. That was a picture of obviously everyone on here you can see from the Under-19 World Cup we had in New Zealand, and then the World Cup in 2019. Joe Root still looks the same, I guess. He still looks about 12 years old anyway. Josh Butler's nose has sort of grown into his face a bit better. My nose is a bit redder. Vincey finally got a decent haircut. Remember that one quite well. That was a catch I took against South Africa in the first World Cup game at the Oval. I kind of stuffed it up, to be honest. It was actually a pretty regulation catch, but I stood in the right position. The coaches obviously give you a pat on the back, but they got stuck into me about it should have been in the right place to start off with. So as I would walk back to my fielding position, the whole crowd like stood up and clapped. It was pretty cool. I hold my hand up. That's why I get called the claw, because I had a very nasty injury to my finger and I had to have 3 surgeries on it. It doesn't bend backwards, so it's harder for the ball to get out of my hand, hence why it's like that, and I'm called the claw. Yeah, so this was the very unfortunate incident for New Zealand and very fortunate for England, I guess, in the World Cup. Remember that I needed to get back on strike, so I just put my head down, turned out the crease as hard as I possibly could, and then when I got to a certain point, I just pulled a full-out dive to hopefully try and make my ground, and I hit my bat and went away for 4. Something like that to change the game so much was obviously, you know, a freak incident, not something that you'd want to happen ever, really. I just remember the moment of that, like lying on the floor still and watching the ball run away, thinking like, oh God, sort of like, can't believe this has happened. I apologised to Tom Latham, the keeper. I played with him in Durham for a few years. Said sorry to Kane as well. That is me kicking my bat for the 2nd time at Lord's in the summer. After the last ball where we needed 2 to win and 1 to tie, and we only managed 1. That was just me letting my frustration out that didn't quite get us over the line. For it to go down to the wire like that, not just in the normal game but in the super over as well, was something amazing to be involved in. Everyone's reaction was just so natural to them. You don't plan for super overs, you don't have a tactic for super overs, it's just you've got 10 minutes to think about what you're going to do. So yeah, it was one of the greatest days I've ever had in a cricket field. I said, you know, whatever happens here ain't going to define your career, but you know, he ended up winning it for us, and it certainly has. It was just from a point of view if it didn't go well for him, because I've been there and experienced what it's like getting smacked out of the ground in the last over in a World Cup before. Speak of the devil, look at that picture. Funny, aren't you? Yeah, that was the World T20 final. I mean, that picture basically just sums up how I felt in that moment in time there. Not one of the best times I've ever had on a cricket field, but I haven't looked back at this moment ever. It's taught me a lot about dealing with moments that aren't great, and it's also taught me about, you know, staying very level-headed with when it's going well or where it's going badly. But I haven't looked back on this and gone, yes, I got my own back for 2016 T20 World Cup. It's just one of those things that happened, yeah. The crowd favourite throughout the summer, Jack Leach cleaning his glasses. I can't exactly tell you when that was at Headingley because he did it so many times. I knew he was doing it, but I don't think we both had any idea the effect it would have on the public. I told Leachy what the plan was when he came out to bat was I'm going to take four balls of the over or 5, you take 1 or 2 and see how we go on from there. He knew that he just had to survive when he was batting. It was pretty easy, we both knew what we had to do. That's, yeah, just after I hit the ball for 4 at Headingley. Pretty happy, as you can see. I only really got nervous when we needed like 8 to win, or single figures to win. Obviously I believed that we could do it and I still had full faith that Leachy could hang around and we could get these runs, but to go from thinking that to then actually knowing that we can actually win this from here sort of got me a little bit nervous and didn't really know how to play. Loads of thoughts were going through my mind, but it was a really good feeling hitting that ball for the runs that we needed to win. I think you can tell from that picture that once we hit the winning runs, that's how much it meant to me and the team.
Thanks for checking out the BBC Sport YouTube channel. Remember to give this video a like and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you never miss an upload. See you soon.